Hooray, you made it. We're going to be writing our results and discussion. So in your results, you report the data in order to justify your future conclusions. In your analysis section, you analyzed your data and you had raw data there. Now is your chance to write narratives about that data. In the next section, the discussion section, you're going to be offering your interpretation and opinions of the results. So everything you put in the results section, you need to think about your future justification of what your opinion or interpretation is going to be. So if you have an opinion or an interpretation of your data, you need to put the information here in narrative form to justify that later on. You need to include all the relevant data. You can't omit the findings just because they fail to support your predictions or your project. You don't put the raw data in here. That goes in the data analysis section. You should include summary tables or graphs. And remember, this is the place where you summarize the results in a narrative form. You're not reporting them in full detail. That happened in your data analysis. The easiest way to do this is to first create your figures, your graphs, your tables, organize them in a way that makes sense, and then narrate them as if you were explaining them to a colleague. Don't include things you're not going to talk about in your discussion section. It just confuses the reader. Always assume that your readers have some understanding of analysis strategies. For instance, you don't need to explain how to do a content analysis or how to design an interview protocol. You can assume the reader knows some basic qualitative methodology. And the results section, different from the rest of your paper, should always be written in the past tense. Focus on being concise and objective. In the next section, you can be more fluid and abstract, but this is a section where we want to explain what you found. You're going to give interpretations and opinions in the next section. Don't present the data twice. If you've already presented some data in a table, don't present it again in the graph. Choose the best way to present your data and then narrate it. Don't ignore those negative results. Just because something failed to solve your problem doesn't mean it's not important. That information that countered your problem or didn't solve the problem or seemed to complicate your thinking is just as informative as results that support your work. These sometimes negative results or the things that don't support your work are often the most interesting things to talk about in your discussion section as well, because it leads you to the next project, the next idea. So after you've discussed in a narrative way your results, now you're going to write your discussion section, and this is your opportunity to give your own interpretations of the results. This is when you can give your information, your opinion, why you think things happen, and also to talk very importantly about how you will use the information. This section is your opportunity now to talk about the whys and what nows of your research.